All right, today we're going to do a few videos about the word problems in 4.3. I'm going to start with a series of just setup videos. I'm not going to actually solve them because you've got the solutions and you know the tools for solving systems of equations. The most tricky thing in word problems is, of course, coming up with the setup. So we'll start with number 3 from 4.3. One day a store sold 30 sweatshirts. So there's a total of 30 sweatshirts. White ones cost $9.95 and yellow ones cost $10.50. In all, $310.60 worth of sweatshirts were sold. How many of each color were sold? Okay, if you want to solve this, you need to come up with two equations. So you have a system of equations. We have variables. We don't know how many white shirts and we don't know how many yellow shirts were sold. We know we had a total of 30. So let's create our initial equation, which is going to be our simple equation. It's going to be simply our sum of shirts. So we have W white shirts and Y yellow shirts. You might have used X and Y. I'll use W. So W plus Y equals 30. And that's our initial equation, which is our simple equation. So we'll call this our simple sum. Okay. Our next equation is a little more complicated. We're going to be dealing with the rates. And the rates in this case are the prices of the shirts. So we need to figure out a sum that makes the total cost of the shirts, the total worth of the sweatshirts that were sold. So we know that $310.60 were sold. We know each white shirt costs $9.95. So white shirts times $9.85 will be the total worth of the white shirts sold. And $10.50 times yellow shirts will be the total of the yellow shirts worth. So let's do that. So we take this equation, copy that part, and we're going to multiply the white shirts by $9.95 and the yellow shirts by $10.50, and that's going to equal the total worth of $310.60. So 310.60, and you have your setup. I'm going to do one more step here to help clean things up. I'm going to copy that over, and if you multiply all parts of this by 100, you eliminate the decimals. And the decimals are all gone. Now, admittedly, that's an annoying number to work with, which is why I would probably use substitution in this. I'm going to go one more step here. If I rearrange this equation, if I subtract W from both sides, I get Y equals 30 minus W. I can also rearrange this way. If I subtract Y from both sides, I'll end up with W equals 30 minus Y. And now I have an expression for W that I can replace W with down below, and I have an expression for Y that I can replace Y with down below. And it's your choice. You can use either one. With an equation like this, you're going to want to give yourself some space because the numbers are kind of annoying. But give yourself some space and you'll be able to work it out. Some of you might have noticed that all of these coefficients are multiples of 5. So if you get a calculator out and worked out what they are, you could factor 5 out of everything, and that might simplify your work as well. I'm going to move on to another problem right now. I'm going to move on to, let's see here, we'll go to number 4, actually, which is right over here. So all of these are what I call mixture problems, and they're not strictly mixtures because we're not mixing substances. However, we have mixes of different rates going on for adult tickets and children tickets. This is number 4, in which we have 117 total tickets sold. Some of them are adult and some of them are children's tickets. So immediately we can come up with a sum of adult tickets plus children tickets equals total tickets. So I'll use A for adult and C for children. You can certainly use X and Y if you prefer. So this is the simple sum. The simple sum is going to be A for adults plus C for children equals 117 total tickets. And now we're going to get the money equation. So this is the rates equation because it's dealing with a ticket rate of 75 cents for children and $1.25 for adults. So here we go. We're going to have for adults 1.25A plus 0.75C equals our total amount that we sold, 129.75. And there's your setup, and you can work from there.